foot-over bridge. It just came down. It collapsed. 23 people who were taken to St. George Hospital and GT Hospital.
Irrespective of whether the bridge belongs to whomever, they have done audit.
What is the point of the audit when it couldn't realize that this can collapse?
Now that man has to be booked, who has given the report.
Shiv Sena is ruling BMC since ages, decades now. How will Shiv Sena answer to this, sir?
Why you ask for a political issue here?
I'm not asking for a political issue, sir. 2 people have died. It's not political for us. Authorities are answerable. You are sharing the power with BJP at state level. BMC is under you, sir. You guys have to react. Sir, what about the other bridges? How safe are other bridges?
3 years and 3 killer bridges. In 2017, it was the Elphinstone Bridge. In 2018, it was the Gokhale Bridge in Andheri, and in 2019, it is the CSMT Bridge right next to the BMC headquarters in the heart of India's financial capital. And 5 people are dead, 34 others have been injured. When will the heads start rolling is the big question. Mumbaikars have once again paid the price of criminal negligence. There is nothing else to it. Negligence and corruption. This fateful evening, a foot-over bridge collapsed and claimed the lives of daily commuters. This is the very bridge that was audited and repairs were suggested. It was said it is structurally safe. Just minor repairs are needed for this bridge just 6 months ago. Can you believe it, viewers? Just 6 months ago, this bridge was audited. They said it is not 100% dangerous. It is structurally safe. So let's just keep moving on in life as if there is nothing to be concerned about. And today, as a result of that negligence, that apathy, 5 people are dead. Maharashtra government says we will look into what happened. Railway says it is not our responsibility. BMC says, oh, we will look into who's responsible for it. The entire blame game, the one that we see every single time, has begun once again. Tonight, Mumbai says enough is enough. Tonight, Mumbai says stop this blame game and send those corrupt, negligent civic body officials to jail who killed these 5 people. Listen in to Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis.
मुंबई में छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज टर्मिनस के आगे जो ब्रिज कोलैप्स हुआ है, ये अत्यंत गंभीर और दुखद घटना है। प्राप्त जानकारी के अनुसार इसमें 3 लोगों की मृत्यु हुई है, 2 लोग क्रिटिकली इंजर्ड है और कई लोग घायल हैं। इस पूरी घटना की उच्च स्तरीय जांच के आदेश हमने दिए हैं और इसकी भी जांच की जाएगी। स्ट्रक्चरल ऑडिट अगर गलत किया गया है, उसका रिपोर्ट अगर ठीक नहीं आया है, उसमें अगर कोताही बरती गई है, तो निश्चित रूप से ये एक सदोष मनुष्यवध का ऑफेंस भी इसमें दाखिल किया जाएगा और जो माइनर रिपेयर्स कहे गए थे वो कहाँ तक किए गए, इस बात की भी जानकारी ली जाएगी। ये जो उच्च स्तरीय कमेटी है, इसके माध्यम से निश्चित रूप से हम लोग कड़ी से कड़ी कार्रवाई इस मामले में करेंगे।
And these are the stories I want the Mumbaikars to remember. These are the stories I want the politicians to remember. These stories must haunt our Chief Minister until he acts. There were 2 nurses who dedicated their lives to saving other lives, to helping other people. 2 nurses who were on their way for night duty at the GD hospital who were on this bridge. They are no more with us. Here is the story of a cab driver who is alive today by a miracle. His cab has been completely destroyed. Take a look.
Mr. Ansari is an eyewitness, sir. अगर आप हमें बता पाएं कि ये कितने बजे की बात है, आपने क्या देखा?
7:30 पौने 8 बजे का टाइम है मैडम। मैं चर्च गेट से भाड़ा माहिम लेकर जा रहा था और जैसे ही ये गली में आया लेफ्ट मारने के लिए, वैसे ही मलबा पूरा नीचे आ गया।
ये आपकी टैक्सी है?
मैं ड्राइवर हूँ।
ये क्या ही टैक्सी आपकी है? ये जो टूटी फूटी टैक्सी दिख रही है?
ये हाँ मेरी।
ये Slab गिरने की वजह से टूटी है टैक्सी. You can see the condition of the cab here. The slab fell on the cab. उसके बाद क्या हुआ सर? अथॉरिटीज को आने में कितना टाइम लग गया? मतलब पुलिस वाले और कब तक आए ये लोग?
5-10 मिनट के अंदर सब आ गए मैडम.
ठीक है.
10 मिनट के अंदर सब आ गए.
तो आप टैक्सी चला के मुझे एक बार अगर थोड़ा समझा पाएं कि आप कहाँ से निकले थे? CST की तरफ से आ रहे थे या फाउंटेन की तरफ से आ रहे थे? कहाँ?
नहीं, मैं मेट्रो से ये गली के अंदर रंग भवन से सीधा ये गली से लेफ्ट मारने वाला था. जैसे ही लेफ्ट मारने के लिए मैं जा रहा था वैसे मलबा पूरा नीचे आया.
तो आप पैसेंजर सीट पे बैठे थे?
नहीं, पैसेंजर की.
आप पैसेंजर कोई बैठा था अंदर?
हाँ, पीछे लेडीज एक मैडम बैठी थी, उनको माहिम लेकर जा रहा था.
और आप चला रहे थे गाड़ी, तो आप दोनों में से चोट आई किसी को?
नहीं, वो चोट किसको नहीं आई.
सिर्फ आपकी टैक्सी टूट गई?
हाँ, टैक्सी टूट गई. ऊपर वाले का बहुत करम है कि हम बच गए. क्या बताएं, अब तो देख ही रहे हालत, कितने आदमी पड़े थे, क्या बताएं.
Santya and Disha are joining me right now. Santya, you have been at that spot bringing us reactions, bringing us stories of eyewitnesses, and it's really horrifying. This bridge that hundreds of people use every day simply collapsing like that 6 months after it was audited.
Absolutely, Tanvi, and right now we are being joined by a fellow journalist, Renuka Vyahaware. She is the principal correspondent for Bombay Times and also the film critic for Times of India publication. And she also had a narrow escape. Renuka, thanks a lot for speaking to us. If you can tell us, do you use this bridge on a daily basis and what happened today?
Santya, we all use, whoever works for the Times of India, the VT building, all of us use this bridge every single day, morning, evening, afternoon. Me and my colleagues, I think, from all publications, we use the bridge because right outside our office. So it's a shocking thing that, there's something like this has happened. And as I told you earlier, it was very narrow escape for me because me and my colleague were about to take the bridge around 7:30 or 7:15 to 7:30. And we were about to take the bridge on the left because as soon as you get out of the Times of India building, the bridge is on the left. And my colleague said, why don't you join us at the press club? So that was the reason why I said, okay, fine, we'll just go for a while. And we took the right. And I think it is
pretty narrow.
Yeah, it is. I'm fortunate, and unluckily, there are people who couldn't have the same luck, and I'm very disappointed. And it's a tragic and horrific thing that something like this has happened.
So when this happened, what exactly did you see? How was the spot? How chaotic was it? Were the police and fire brigade? Did everybody reach on time?
It was madness because as soon as I took the ride, as I told you, I heard people. They were the sirens and the ambulances and the police vehicles and everything was just rushing to the venue, and I didn't realize what has happened because all I could hear was people screaming. So I just came rushing back, and I could hear people literally there was a barricade being put on, and when I saw the magnitude of the incident, it was horrific.
Renuka, we are also speaking to other people who take this bridge on a daily basis, and some of them told us that how they were scared that this actually might happen because the bridge used to tremble whenever it used to get overburdened. So did you also feel something like that?
Sandhya, I would like to tell you that there are hawkers who sit there on a daily basis, and I fear that they could be one of the casualties because 4 to 5 hawkers sit there on a daily basis, and as far as the shaking of the bridge is concerned, I think the railway should probably really take notice of this, that not only the VT bridge, but even Mulund where I stay, even that bridge shakes a lot. And I think all of us who commute on a daily basis pretty much assume that it's a normal thing, which is a shocking thing. We kind of assume it's a normal thing. And in fact, as I told you earlier, not the one which has fallen off, but the one that it leads to, where you can see people standing, that one shakes a lot more. So I'm shocked that, that why do we always wait for something like this to happen? What we saw at Parel.
Absolutely.
The menace. So I think it needs to be really taken or considered, before something like this happens and some more lives are lost.
Thanks a lot for speaking to us, Renuka. Tanvi, we have, if we talk about eyewitnesses, we have another eyewitness with us, Mr. Sunil Baghel. He works for Mumbai Mirror, Times of India, Times Group. Sunil, what did you see? And, how is this place on a daily basis? And how exactly did the authorities react? Did they reach on time?
Well, I was working in the newsroom when we suddenly, around 7:30 or so, we heard a loud thud, and that is when people started talking in the newsroom that there's a big accident downstairs. Somebody said that it's probably a blast because it's a fairly loud sound. So we came rushing down, and I saw that there was major chaos. There was obviously the entire traffic was standstill. And as I gradually walked towards the bridge, that is when I realized that actually the major part of the slab of the bridge had collapsed. Because if you look at the bridge structurally, it seems fine, but the slab had collapsed completely, and passers-by were helping to try and remove the debris because of probably there were people stuck under the debris. That is what they must have thought. Fortunately, there was no vehicle stuck under the debris. So far as the area is concerned, it's actually fortunate that it happened around 7:35, because though it is still crowded, it is not as crowded as it is, say, around up to 7 p.m. or so. Because
I was about to get to that. If you can explain the significance of this area and how crowded it is on a daily basis.
See, because this is the only bridge which leads you to the VT.
Sandhya, if you can hear me. Sandhya, if you can hear me, I have a question, for the journalist. If you can ask him, there are reports that suggest that this bridge was closed for a bit last week. Can he tell us if in the last couple of weeks, if there is any kind of work that has gone on this bridge?
Sunil, we are receiving the reports that this particular bridge was actually shut down last week. Do you have any details on that? Why exactly was it shut down? And then why? How come this is still open? Did the BMC get a clearance for that? Do you have any input on that?
No. So far as I understand, I don't remember this bridge having shut down. But we do know that if you remember about a couple of years back, a huge portion of the Andheri flyover had collapsed. The flyover which connects Andheri east to west, which had collapsed on the railway tracks. There were survey and audit conducted on almost all the old bridges across the city, which is after which the Delisle Road bridge was shut down recently and it was pulled down. So the information so far as this bridge is concerned is that the bridge was revamped around 2016, and the latest audit report
All right, so we have some clarity there. So what of course has been confirmed by the government is, yes, 6 months ago there was an audit done. Structurally they said this bridge is safe, and so those people who conducted that audit and those officials who cleared on that audit have to be pulled up and must face the music. Let's say good evening to our panelists who are with us right now. Santosh Kumar, former director of SARC Disaster Management Center, Shailesh Gandhi, former CIC and a Mumbai citizen with us this evening. I've also got Clyde Crasto, who continues with us, and I've got Mr. Sanjay Jha joining us this evening. But I'm going to go across to Mr. Shailesh Gandhi on this. Mr. Gandhi, how do these procedures work? Time and again, in the last 3 bridge infrastructure collapses, we have been promised and told audits will be conducted. Audits have been conducted. Then there is a categorization. 10 bridges must be repaired within 1 week. 15 of them must be done in the next 6 months. And obviously, bridge like this, it is not 100% dangerous. Is there not a more foolproof system to ensure that we address the current problem?
I think worldwide, this is not the way bridges collapse and flyovers collapse. You kept asking, Tanvi, when will we see heads roll? Let me make a forecast. Never. Because we do not hold people accountable, those who are responsible for such collapses, and whether 5 people die or 50 or 500 is a matter of luck, depending on the traffic and so on. So it's not very important. The fact that the bridge collapses in a city like Mumbai is the problem. And for this, there should be maintenance engineers of BMC itself who should be actually inspecting these bridges routinely, not saying we hold one audit and then we forget about it. They should be looking at this. They are not. And I saw a number of people being questioned, political class, others, etc., the MLA and others, by your reporters. And not one person would give any time limit to the inquiry. And it will just carry on. Kamla Mills, I was just reading, this month the inquiry report has been given and yet no action has been taken against a single official for the Kamla Mills fire. We will keep forgetting. Let's ask these people, will they give us a timeline? And the timeline should normally be weeks and within weeks we should see results. If that happens, there is a reasonable hope that we can have a safer Mumbai. But we are not insisting on that. We are letting them get away. I would request you to tell your reporters to ask all of them, please tell us a time. And if you can't tell us a time, you don't know what the hell you are talking about.
Absolutely. Now, let me ask this question to Mr. Ganesh Khankar. Mr. Ganesh Khankar, मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहती हूँ कि एल्फिंस्टन ब्रिज की स्टैम्पीड हो या गोखले ब्रिज का कोलैप्स हो या वो छोड़ दीजिए जो कमला मिल्स में आग लगी, कितने केसेस में कितने बीएमसी ऑफिशियल्स को सजा मिली, कितने जेल गए, क्या आप हमें बता सकते हैं?
मैडम, ऐसा है कि हम जब भी डिबेट कर रहे हैं आप हमसे सवाल तो पूछते हैं। मैंने इसके पहले भी जो बात चल रही थी उस समय भी ये बात को मैंने कहा था कि यदि कोई इंसिडेंस होता है और उस इंसिडेंस में जिन्होंने इसमें गलती की हो, हम उनके लिए प्रोटेक्शन में यदि हम खड़े रहे तो मैडम आप हमको दोष दे सकते हो। आपने गोखले ब्रिज की बात कही, आपने एल्फिंस्टन की ब्रिज की बात कही, या आज की आप बात कर रहे हो। इन सारी ब्रिजेस में जो काम करना है इंक्वायरी कमिटीज़ करती है, लेकिन मेरी एक बात आज ये समझ में नहीं आ रही है मैडम कि हर बार आप पॉलिटिशियंस को इसमें दोषी इसलिए पकड़ रही है कि क्यों एक पार्टी पावर में बैठी है और दूसरी बीजेपी शायद उनके साथ कॉरपोरेशन में बैठी है। जो बात बीएमसी की है, उस बीएमसी की बात के लिए शिवसेना का आज जवाब देने के लिए आपके चैनल पर कोई अवेलेबल नहीं है, जबकि जो काम चल रहा है उसके बारे में आप सवाल पूछते हैं।
वो ठीक है, मुझे शिवसेना से कुछ नहीं, शिवसेना जब मुझे मिलेगी और मैं अभी आपको दिखाऊंगी अरविंद सावंत जी से हमने सवाल पूछे और इनका क्या जवाब था, तो आप मुझे ये मत बताइए कि किससे मैं सवाल पूछूं कि नहीं। पुलिस किसके अंडर आती है? महाराष्ट्र सरकार के अंडर आती है। महाराष्ट्र सरकार कौन चलाता है? बीजेपी चलाती है। मैं आपसे पूछ रही हूँ इन सब केसेस में, चाहे ब्रिज गिरे, चाहे आग लगे, चाहे करप्शन हो, चाहे लोगों की जाने जाए, आपने कौन से केस में अपने इतने पूरे टेन्योर में किसी को जेल भेजा? आप मुझे बताइए। बीएमसी के लोगों को जेल भेजने, जो नेग्लिजेंट है, जो करप्ट है, वो आपका काम है, वो बीएमसी कमिश्नर का काम नहीं है। मैं आपसे उस बारे में पूछ रही हूं, आपने क्या कर लिया? क्यों नहीं किया? क्योंकि शिवसेना आपकी एलाय है, इसलिए आप उनके अगेंस्ट कोई एक्शन नहीं लेंगे। क्योंकि बीएमसी शिवसेना चलाती है, इसलिए आप उनके अगेंस्ट कोई एक्शन नहीं लेंगे। आप मुझे बताइए कितने लोगों को जेल भेजा अभी तक आपने?
नहीं, शायद मुझे लगता है कि अब जेल भेजने का काम शायद महाराष्ट्र की सरकार करेगी। शायद कोर्ट या हमारी जुडिशरी सिस्टम से आपका पूरा विश्वास उठ चुका है मैडम।
मैं आपको बताऊं कोर्ट ने आज क्या बोला, उनका सरकार के ऊपर से पूरा विश्वास उठ चुका है। मैं बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट का आपको बताती हूँ, नहीं अब आप मेरे से सुनिए, क्योंकि आपने कोर्ट की बात उठाई, मैं आपको बताती हूँ बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट ने आज क्या कहा। This is in reference to an investigation being carried out by a government agency, and the Bombay High Court turns around and says the state has become a joke. How many times will the court intervene in matter after matter? Why do you have to wait for the court to intervene for you to do your job? शर्म आनी चाहिए आपको। बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट ने आज सर पकड़ के ये बोला है कि कब तक, और हर मैटर में क्यों हमें घुस के तुम्हें याद दिलाना पड़ता है कि तुम्हारा क्या काम है। ये आज का कोर्ट है। अब आप मुझे बताइए कि आप कोर्ट की बात कर रहे हैं, कोर्ट क्या विश्वास उठ गया है सरकार से? खानकर जी,
नहीं मैडम, मैंने आपसे पहले ही कहा, आपने अभी आपने एक शब्द यूज़ किया, शर्म आनी चाहिए आपको। मुझे सुनकर हैरानी हो रही है। हमने कौन से मैटर में मैडम कोर्ट के सामने हमने तथ्य पेश नहीं किए, या कोर्ट का कोई भी डिसीजन आने के बाद हमने उसका पालन नहीं किया? जरा आप मुझे बता पाएगी?
ये पंसारे केस की बात हो रही है जहाँ पे कोर्ट ने ऐसा बोला और जैसे कि मैंने आपसे वापस से सवाल पूछा, मैंने आपसे वैसे ही सवाल पूछा कि चाहे वो एल्फिंस्टन ब्रिज हो या गोखले ब्रिज हो या कमला मिल्स फायर हो या लोग जो जब पानी भरता है इस शहर में और लोग जो है वाटर मैनहोल में गिर के मर जाते हैं, डूब के मर जाते हैं, नाली में गिर के मर जाते हैं, आपने कौन से केस में नेग्लिजेंस में किसी भी सरकारी आदमी को जेल के अंदर भेजा? आपके पास जवाब नहीं है, आप उल्टे मेरे से सवाल पूछेंगे। ये बात अब सारे व्यूअर्स को समझ में आ गई है। संजय झा वांटेड टू कम इन। संजय झा, हाउ लॉन्ग आर वी गोइंग टू बेयर दिस? और लाइक मिस्टर खानकर सेज, लेट्स गो टू द कोर्ट, आस्क द कोर्ट टू ऑर्डर ए कमिटी, ऑर्डर एन इन्वेस्टिगेशन, मॉनिटर इट एंड टेक द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ सेंडिंग द पीपल टू जेल बिकॉज द गवर्नमेंट ऑब्वियसली इज नॉट गोइंग टू डू इट। संजय झा.
Well, Tanvi, I mean, to the gentleman who was speaking before, I just want to tell him that for God's sake, there is a tragedy today. There are innocent people who haven't gone home because they died today on account of the callousness of the way we work. And this is not the time to score brownie points and appear so arrogant and so dismissive and almost like mock what is going on. So to whoever the gentleman is, may I kindly request him to please conduct himself with some degree of decency. Now, to answer your question, you know, honestly, Tanvi, I live here in Mumbai. Just a minute, sir, I didn't interrupt you. Let me finish. So the point, Tanvi, I wish to make, I've lived in Bombay for over 3 decades. And all I want to tell you is that, you know, everybody keeps talking about Mumbai's resilience, that, you know, Mumbai gets attacked by terrorists, Mumbai gets, you know, all kinds of terrible tragedies, floods and what have you, and that we continue to, you know, lead a normal life. I think that's very unfair. It's not resilience, but Mumbaikars don't have a choice. I mean, people need their incomes, people have to protect their livelihoods, and therefore they come to work. And can you imagine how vulnerable it has become? You know, I mean, at this point of time, I mean, I'm just thinking, just imagine the plight of anyone today who's traveled in Mumbai, who's crossing bridges, who's on over bridges. Just think about how vulnerable as a city we have become. It's beyond infrastructure. You know, what we have done is we have damaged people psychologically. Think about the number of mothers and wives and husbands who will wait for their, you know, their families to return home, and every day being paranoid if someone doesn't return home, saying, hey, what could have happened? I mean, this is in a great number of ways the ultimate loss to Mumbai. You know, that the fear that anything can happen to you anytime. Now, you know, this, by the way, my office is not very far from the CST. I actually cross the station every day. And, you know, the irony, the Victoria terminus of the old, yes, and now the CST is being renovated. You know, there's a whole structure or investment being done to give it a beautification. And look at the state of things that we are. People are dying. I mean, I don't know. I'm yes, quite speechless, to be honest, because after what happened at Elphinstone and at Andheri, one expected that, for God's sake, even a banana republic would do better than this. And therefore, I don't want to get into this political skirmish that some people are going to do.
You know, and Mr. Jha, our reporters have constantly been on this story. Like you said, one would have expected that after those 2 tragedies, things would have changed. And our reporters have been constantly on this story, getting us updates. This is the latest list. These many bridges have been audited. Of those, these many are unsafe. But the work is not happening. No progress on how they and by when will they get fixed. They don't have people. They don't have engineers. They don't have the time and necessary resources. Excuse after excuse after excuse. And of course, in the meantime, people will keep dying like that. I want to play out
no.
Arvind Sawant's comment also. Our reporter Sandhya confronted him today. Now remember, viewers, and this is, let's all remember the fact that Arvind Sawant was one of those first netas to reach the tragedy site at Elphinstone and then to raise issues, to question the central government at that time. Today, when we asked him about his responsibility, he turned around and asked us, why are you doing politics? Listen in.
I have just watched it and came to know that the bridge was constructed under the guidance of that time some JJ school apart man from us. Now the bridge, the audit was done and the consultant has said that some minor repair has to be done. That is to be, in fact the bridge is under the railways, but at the same time maintenance was done by BMC. And BMC has already, irrespective of whether the bridge belongs to whomever it may be, they have done audit. Now that man has to be booked who has given the report that minor repair has been done.
Well, in fact, just after that, we asked him, and when he said, what about your responsibility? Shiv Sena has been governing the BMC and running the BMC for years now, for multiple terms. And he said, why are you doing politics? Why are you asking me this question? And then he ran away. Just like the mayor of the city, who when confronted by reporters, just ran away. Just like the Mumbai Civic Body Commissioner, Mr. Rajoy Mehta, who is not even to be seen. Also on your screens are people who are responsible. Arvind Samant is one of them because he is the MP of South Mumbai. And we'll put up the other names also because these are your netas, your corporator, your MLA who are responsible for what is happening today. Keep in mind, viewers, this bridge is right next to the BMC headquarters. And if the civic body cannot ensure maintenance of the bridge right next to its office that its own people will be using, then what else will they be doing? Raj Purohit is the BJP MLA who is responsible for this area, this constituency, and Afreen Lakdawala is the corporator. These are the people we need to question. Let me go back to our panelists at this point of time, and I'm going to go across to Clyde. Clyde, we've been having this conversation again and again and again. Fact of the matter is that nobody cares how many people die in this city as long as the corporators, as long as the MLAs are minting money and building villas upon the graves of these poor people.
You know, Tanvi, I agree with you. This has been happening for the last 1.5 years. We've been discussing the Elphinstone Bridge, the Gokhale Bridge in Andheri. Then there was a small, foot over bridge at Chani Road, which also there was a problem with that. Now, every time we discuss this, they kept telling us that, we've instituted an inquiry, we are going to do an audit. This whole inquiry, audit, where is it gone? Where is the inquiry? Where is the audit? Because if there was an audit, if there was an inquiry, then this would have not happened. We are given to understand that this bridge was repaired last year. If this bridge was repaired last year, then how did it collapse? So the point here is, if the bridge is old, it's going to collapse. If it's repaired, it's going to collapse. So that means our lives are in danger. I live in South Mumbai. I pass by
Claire,
that bridge.
I'm just going to interrupt you for a bit.
Often.
Hold on to that thought. I will come back to you. But former Chief Minister Prithviraj Chauhan is on the phone line. Mr. Chauhan, thank you for speaking to us. Does no politician, does no corporator or MLA or government care for the people of Mumbai, Mr. Chauhan? How many more will die for the apathy, because of the apathy and negligence of our government?
True, the political people are responsible, but in this particular case, I think heads have to roll. This is an incident after Elphinstone Bridge collapse. You know that case. After that, every bridge was inspected. If this bridge was not inspected, then somebody has goofed up. Somebody is responsible. All bridges were inspected. This was a 100-year-old bridge. Somebody must have inspected and cleared it for passenger use. Or if it was left out, then who was responsible for leaving it out? I mean, 5 people have already died. My condolences to their family. And I wish a speedy recovery to the people who have been injured. The Prime Minister just sends a condolence matter. That's the end of it. Chief Minister announced a hefty compensation package and is guilt-free now. And then nothing happens after that. Who was punished after the Elphinstone Road disaster? There was an inquiry. There was a report also. After that, structural audit was carried out. But, ultimately, the top people high civil authority, highest political authority, are callous. They are not, nobody's been punished, so they think, no. In 2 days, people will forget it. It will disappear from the newspaper headlines. Then we can go ahead and business as usual. This will not do. Immediately, some people must be suspended.
Mr. Chauhan, I think you're being...
Yes.
Mr. Chauhan, I think you're being far too generous, about these officials, because I don't think they're just being callous. I think they are being corrupt. for a fact, we now know, and the government has confirmed, that there was a structural audit, there was a complete audit that was carried out just 6 months ago, and they said structurally this bridge is fine. It may need a minor repair here or there, but this bridge is fine. Now, I don't see that happening because of callousness. I think there is corruption involved here.
Media and political authority must demand that report be made public. Which are the officials who signed that report? Which are the officials which accepted the report and then allowed the traffic to be used again? This is serious business. I mean, it's not the money. There is plenty of money with Mumbai Municipal Corporation. There is plenty of money with railways. And you're playing with the lives of the people. Everybody knows that this is a 100-year-old bridge. Any structure like that has a life. And they can always strengthen. You can always do that. And the structural engineers can do the structural audit and improve the structural stability of the bridge. But somebody has not done their job. No, please remember that somebody has not done their job.
And like you very rightly pointed out, the fact... Yes, go ahead, please. I'm sorry.
I think immediately what needs to be done is certain people need to be immediately suspended. An inquiry under the sitting judge of the Mumbai High Court be ordered immediately. The inquiry must be time-bound, and after the inquiry result comes out, the appropriate action, appropriate punishment should happen. That's the least that can be done. I mean, I think unless senior people are made to resign,
Mr. Prithviraj
accept
Chavan.
moral responsibility, nothing will happen. Business as usual. Nothing will happen.
Yes, and not just accept moral responsibility. I think those who are in charge in this case, right up to the top, need to be prosecuted and sent behind bars. There is nothing less than that one expects as a citizen of Mumbai to take place. Prithviraj Chavan, thank you so much for speaking with us at this point of time. I'm going to go across to Mr. Santosh Kumar. Thank you for waiting by, Mr. Kumar. Your expertise is duly appreciated in this case. You know, we've been talking about various kinds of audits that are done, various kinds of revamp work, repair work that has been done, and all of that has been carried out on this bridge. Clyde, I see your hand. I'll come to you next. Has been done on this bridge in the last 2 years. So, Mr. Santosh Kumar, what does that mean? Do we not have, you know, staff that is capable of spotting all kinds of, problems in a bridge? Because if you've done a structural check, if you've done a revamp, if you've done a repair, and if the bridge is still collapsing, where are we going wrong?
First of all, my deep condolences to all the family members who have lost their dear ones. And this is very unfortunate, which has happened. We are not actually adhering to the one behavior, which we say that culture of safety. One after another we are listening. The bridge collapse of Mumbai, or the fire in hospital, or the fire in the hotel, or the fire in the public gathering where the Punjab case. Everywhere we do not know where is the safety lies, and whether the structure which we are using is going to be a safer. We do not know what kind of a culture of safety which we are adhering to. So the second question comes to us, that how we can restore the culture of safety by bringing all quality kind of a audit and quality adherence of the governance. So the governor, how that we go into that very active mode or proactive mode of making audits. When the disaster strike or this kind of an accident happens in the hotel, we go for hotel auditing. When it happens in the bridge, we go for the... We are not taking as part and parcel of the day-to-day administration, that how this will go as a part of the culture. So this is to be taken as a kind of a concern, that how these infrastructure which is being used by all the public on a daily basis, how we are going to make sure that the next step where people are putting up, that is a safer step, not they are going into a kind of a thing what had happened in Mumbai today. So this is a great concern. The second point is that whether the structural engineers in the countries are not enough, they are not adequately trained to do this kind of a audit and make the safe structure. As Dr. Ravindran was telling in your panel, that this entire structure is faulty structure, is not an integrated one. So that that point of view can also be brought in. And the third is the entire rescue operations post-disaster scenario. So two things goes together, that proactive measures for ex-ante audit, report, and action on that. The second is that making structure those safe and giving confidence to the people that whatever the structure you are using, whether you are going to cinema hall, malls, bridges, or hospitals or hotels, you are going to be the safest person. Is not going to be hit by any disasters. Third is this, that if it all happens despite taking all these actions, we are put you into a highest mode of a kind of a disaster response. If all these gets integrated into a day-to-day governance and probably these could have avoided very easily. So that's why my quick comment on that.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, I just want to put this also in perspective for our viewers to understand what is happening. This is one more proof that to your politician, it doesn't matter whether they deliver on promises or not. It doesn't matter on whether they have done any kind of performance, done any kind of governance or worked for you in those 5 years. All that matters is मेरे 5 साल है, मैं इसमें कितना कमा सकता हूँ, मैं इसमें अपना कितना फ़ायदा निकाल सकता हूँ. बाकी जो मेरे आसपास चल रहा है वो ना मुझे वो देखना है, ना उसके बारे में मुझे कुछ करना है. That is the corrupt system that works, and year after year in a nexus between the corporators, between the builders and these contractors and the blacklisted contractors who come back and are given more contracts by the BMC is only because they are busy filling up each other's pockets. That is all, and that's the nexus that continues irrespective of how many people die in this city. Clyde, you wanted to come in, please go ahead.
Tanvi, I'd like to highlight a fact here. The first thing I want to ask is where is Mr. Ajoy Mehta? He always gives the slip. He's never around. Every time a situation that comes up, he does not take the responsibility. The question is, where is Mr. Ajoy Mehta? Secondly, the important aspect of this whole thing, if you notice, is the blame game. You know, the railways is blaming the BMC, BMC is blaming the railways, the Shiv Sena is blaming the BJP. Even on the debate earlier, the BJP spokesperson was saying, I wish the Shiv Sena spokesperson was on your channel. The point here is, even during the Lower Parel, you know, the bridge repair work, they took a long time to start the repairs because the railways was blaming the BMC was blaming the railways. Now Arvind Sawant went ahead to say that, you know, it was built by the railways, now the BMC. So the blame game is constantly on, and in this whole blame game, the Mumbaikar is being held to ransom. All the people who are watching your channel, Mumbaikars who are watching the channel, know that they've been held to ransom by these two people. These agencies who are constantly blaming each other. And every time they keep blaming each other, somebody else is dying there. The ones who are blaming each other, nothing is happening. The common man is suffering, the common man is dying. Yeah, how long are they going to blame each other, and how long are they going to take lives like this? This can't go on. Accountability has to be put on somebody. They have to be held accountable, and they have to put their hand up and say, yes,
and here is my demand. And here is my demand, Clyde, and I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to interrupt you there, but I'm going to thank our panelists for joining us at this point of time. This story is far from done. And this time we are not going to let it go. We are going to ask these questions again and again. We will find out where Ajoy Mehta is hiding. And we will question each and every minister. Those who say inquiry करेंगे, probe committee बिठाई है, action लेंगे, हम action लेंगे, ये नहीं चलेगा. ये आश्वासन वाला समय खत्म हो गया. हर बार आप हमें यही आश्वासन देते हैं. Every time you give us the same assurances, and it doesn't work anymore. I have a very simple demand, and viewers, it is for you. If you agree, back me up on this one and start raising your voice to demand this. There needs to be an income tax raid on all of these corporators of all these places where these tragedies have happened in the last 2 years. The corporator, the local MLA, the contractor, the builder who functioned there, even the BMC officials. Find out who these BMC officials are and demand that the tax department go and conduct raids, and then let's find out who is responsible for these murders. I am not going to mince my words. These are murders and nothing else, because if our authorities wanted, they could have stopped these after Elphinstone. If our authorities wanted, they could have stopped this after the Gokhale Bridge collapse. But they didn't. If they couldn't even check a bridge right next to the BMC's headquarter office in Mumbai, then know this, you are on your own. And nobody is going to ensure your safety, definitely not your Neta, until you demand so and until you vote the people out who have failed to deliver on this. Let's find out how many of them are corrupt. For all those who are claiming that this is a corrupt this is a clean party and there has been no corruption, let's find out. Why else have 5 people died in this bridge collapse? Thank you so much for joining us on The Last Word.